Hey Vikings fans! Skol from the heart of Purple Nation. If you're as fired up as I am about our Minnesota Vikings charging into Week 5, then buckle up because we've got some heavy-hitting Vikings news to break down today. Injuries are hitting the league hard this season, and our boys in purple are right in the thick of it, especially as we head to London to face the Cleveland Browns. Picture this. Our offensive line, usually a wall of iron, is looking more like Swiss cheese right now with key starters sidelined. That's the teaser that's got every Vikings fan on edge. How will we protect our quarterback and open lanes against that beastly Browns defense? Stick with me as we unpack this injury report step by step, because this Vikings news could make or break our undefeated streak. What do you think, fellow fans? Are we tough enough to overcome this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear how you're feeling about our Vikings battling through the pain. Let's dive deeper into the details and see what this means for Sunday's showdown. Heading into this international clash, the Vikings are favored by 3.5 points, but these injuries are throwing a wrench into the works. Our offensive line is decimated with 3 starters out, which spells trouble against Cleveland's fearsome front led by Myles Garrett. Vikings news like this reminds us that depth is everything in the NFL, and right now we're testing ours to the limit. Let's start with the big hits. Donovan Jackson, our left guard, is out with a wrist injury after surgery. He didn't practice all week, and losing his protection on the left side could expose our QB to more pressure. Then there's center Ryan Kelly, ruled out with a concussion from last week's game. That's a massive blow to our snap accuracy and line calls. How are we feeling about our backups stepping up, Vikings faithful? Have you seen enough from the reserves in practice highlights to feel confident? This is the kind of Vikings news that keeps us glued to our screens. So let's keep the conversation going in the comments. Next up in our Vikings news breakdown, guard Michael Juergens is out with a hamstring issue. He toughed it out to finish last week's game, but no practice this week means he's sidelined, leaving us thin at the interior line. Combine that with the other OL absences, and our run game might struggle to find rhythm. QB JJ McCarthy is also out, nursing that ankle sprain from week 2. As our rookie sensation, his absence means we're relying on the vet to lead the charge. Talk about high stakes in London. Vikings fans, this is where our team's resilience shines through. What would you do if you were calling the plays? Shift to more quick passes or pound the rock anyway? Share your strategies below. Let's turn this Vikings news into a fan brainstorm session. Tackle Brian O'Neill is ruled out with a knee injury, a sprained MCL from last week that's kept him from practicing. As our right tackle anchor, his loss weakens our edge protection big time, especially against speedy pass rushers. This Vikings news hits hard because O'Neill's been a rock for years. Outside linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel is out too, dealing with a lingering neck injury that's plagued him for weeks. Remember his 2 sacks in just 8 plays upon return in Week 3? Losing that edge rusher firepower is a gut punch to our defense. Vikings Nation, are you worried about our pass rush without Van Ginkel? Or do you think our depth can step up? Hit the comments with your takes. This is prime Vikings news to debate. Shifting to the questionable tags in this Vikings news update, tight end Ben Urosek is questionable with a knee issue. He was limited in Friday's practice after DNPs earlier, so his status is up in the air. If he plays, he could provide a safety valve for our QB. Outside linebacker Tyler Batty is questionable too, on IR but with his practice window open. Full practices all week are encouraging, but we'll see if he's activated. His knee has kept him out, but a return would boost our linebacker core. Fullback CJ Ham rounds out the questionables, also in his IR practice window with a knee injury. Full participation is a good sign, and as our versatile blocker, his presence could help stabilize the run game. Vikings fans, cross your fingers. What are your predictions for these questionables suiting up? Think Ham's toughness will get him on the field? Let's chat about it in the comments. This Vikings news has me pumped for potential comebacks. Now, let's not forget the other side, the Browns' injury report in this Vikings news spotlight. They're relatively healthy, but defensive tackle Michael Hall is out with a knee injury, which could open up some interior run lanes for us. Tackle Jack Conklin is questionable with an elbow issue, but he had a full practice Friday after limited earlier. If he's limited or out, that might give our pass rush an edge. Cornerback Greg Newsome too is questionable with a hamstring, limited Thursday and Friday, so his coverage could be compromised. Vikings faithful, does this give us an advantage? Exploiting their weaknesses while managing ours. Sound off below on how we dominate in London. With our offensive line in shambles, missing Jackson, Kelly, Juergens, and O'Neal, protecting the QB becomes priority one in this Vikings news analysis. Cleveland's defensive front is no joke, and without our starters we might see more sacks or hurried throws. But hey, this is where coaching adjustments shine. On defense, Van Ginkel's absence hurts our ability to pressure Deshaun Watson or whoever's under center for them. Yet, if Batty or others step up, we could still disrupt their rhythm. Stats show we've allowed just 14 points per game so far. Can we keep that up? What adjustments would you make, fans? More screens, quicker releases? Your input in the comments could spark some great Vikings news discussions. Looking at the big picture, this game in London is a test of our Vikings' depth and heart. We're without key pieces, but remember our 4-0 start? That's the fire we bring overseas. Vikings news like this builds character and wins. The Browns might think they have us vulnerable, but with players like Christian Darrisaw healthy and resting up, our line isn't completely broken. Plus, our run game with Aaron Jones could exploit their DT absence. Are you traveling to London or watching from home? Tell me your game day setup in the comments. Let's build that Vikings energy. As we wrap this up, imagine the roar when our Vikings overcome these odds and notch another W. Injuries are part of the game, but our purple pride runs deep. This Vikings news reminds us why we love this team. The fight never stops. Final thoughts. Monitor those questionables closely. Activations could change everything. With McCarthy out, it's all about execution from the vets. Vikings fans, what's your score prediction? Drop it below and let's see who nails it. Hey, if this Vikings news got you hyped, smash that like button to show your support. Comment your thoughts on these injuries and how we bounce back. I read everyone. Don't forget to subscribe for more passionate Vikings updates, and share this with your fellow fans so we can grow our Purple Army. Skol Vikings forever. Let's conquer London.